If you are reasonably sure you would be hired for a job based on your ability and qualifications, take one step forward. If you would never think twice about calling the police when trouble occurs, take one step forward. If you are ever uncomfortable about a joke related to your race, class, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or ability, but felt unsafe to confront the situation, take one step back. If you are a citizen of the United States, take one step forward.
But another thing we did tonight is the privilege walk. And you got to move around based on the experiences you've had, and it was actually kind of cool to see the spectrum, because like me and Bailey were actually towards the back, and you wouldn't, looking at us, we're white females, we're young and we're in college, we obviously have everything together.
If you feel confident that your parents would be able to
and that comes into homelessness, because you can't just assume that they were an addict. And if they are an addict, why were they an addict? Why did they lose everything?
And how can we help them to get over it? Because there are so many homeless people's lives that we lose. And you don't realize that maybe if they had the opportunity to go out into the world, they could have the answers for many of the world problems. Because of the experience they come from and the things that they've seen.
And our first place winners were Campus Activities Board. Congratulations. They apparently have multiple rooms, Christmas lights. It's quite the sight. So you guys should definitely go check that out.
Are you guys trying to stay overnight tonight?
Mm-hmm, we're gonna stay.
We have brought supplies. We have got this set up to hold in some body heat, and we're gonna be in it for the long haul.
And we got the plan.
We are troopers.
That's the fun part, staying overnight and actually learning what it's actually like to, sleep outside.
Quote unquote suffering.
Yeah. It's supposed to get in the 40s tonight, which we weren't expecting. So we're actually going to feel what it's like to live in a box shelter in the cold.
And I'm not going to complain because, like I said, this is more than what most people have. I'm just very fortunate to have this.
And you have friends.
Mm-hmm. Friends, yes. Entertainment.
Yeah.
So.
I like giving back to the community, and so we brought in some donations of our own. That was the main thing. We didn't have to stay and camp out. We wanted to donate, and so we did. We could have left, but we went ahead and stayed and did the camp out.
Mine is 18 going on 19, and my daughter is 14, and it's good for them to hear about stories like that, success stories, because they've had rough spots in their own lives, and I think it's an encouragement to them to see people excel, to see people rise above, what the world throws at them, and I really hope that they take that home with them and take it to heart and get encouraged by it, and just by being on campus and seeing, that there are people that care.
I have a 15-year-old and one soon to be 18 years old. I'm hoping that they take away from this whole experience that knowing that they're fortunate, and I hope that they want to develop a drive like I do to want to be able to give back. But I'm into more than that. I want to give back in different ways. Title IX, the Non-Traditional Students Organization. I want to join those groups because they give back so much more.
It's my Poke Center, which was actually in the show Pokemon, was a place you took your little creatures, your Pokemon, when they were hurt to get health. You went to go and that's where you took them, was the Poke Center. I represent the Poke Crew, which is a group, my own organization that I put together to help kind of get people who don't normally get out and talk to other people or even just get out. I try to make it so that people would get together and they would interact with people that they would normally not usually interact with. The hardest part was getting the side around it to go because it didn't, the duct tape didn't want to stay shut. And then the second part was trying to figure out how to make the dome. Once we got it, figured out that we could put a couples of them together and then bend the thing by walking across it, it got it to actually do it. So it kind of just took teamwork to kind of figure it out and creativity.
I'm Lee Crable, and I work at the university. And actually, a couple of other staff members and I started this event 5 years ago when Dr. Barron introduced us to Amy Sherrill, who was the executive director of the Next Step Homeless Services, which is a day shelter for homeless persons in the local city and region. And so we got together and tried to figure out how we could support them and raise the issue of homelessness so it's a little more in the consciousness of our students. And so we came up on the idea of doing something where we would sleep out together in little boxes and kind of live a little bit like that population for at least one night, and hopefully bring, a speaker or two in. Some years we've shown a movie or done different things, and so that's kind of how it came to happen.
My name is Serena Hurd.
I'm Shanika Hurd.
I'm Julie Nakonsa.
We're here for Hmong Student Association and Student Alumni Association. This event is to bring awareness to homeless people, and we're just here supporting the non-trads for what they're doing, because we think it's really great that they're trying to put this out there.
Can you go inside now?
Yeah. Hey, the milk tao. Okay, yeah, we can go inside.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I think as like a one-time experience with a lot of our friends, it's kind of a fun experience, but then you were to do it on a daily basis and like actually go with no food at all. Like here we actually get dinner or breakfast, so I guess if we were to go without food, it would be, I guess we'll have a different kind of feeling, I guess.
Our guest speakers were from nearby homeless shelters. They work with homeless people every day. They talked about the homeless people they interact with, and they also gave success stories of some of the homeless people. They even talked about a student who was here at UAFS who was homeless and nobody knew that. So I wonder, as a faculty, how do we find out, how can we help our students a little bit more if they're in that situation, if we don't know?
Even if there was just a small event that the administration put on to bring awareness to the extra benefits that the campus has to offer, that might be something. Or even just like a help center that was fully aware of these services. That would be a benefit.